Now that we know how to get data, we can move on to creating reports, which are composed of visualizations. I'm going to scroll down on the Home tab to my Retail Analysis Sample Report and open it again. But this time I want to open it in edit mode. You'll find the button here on the top above the report. Click Edit, and this is what the report editor looks like in Power BI. Our fields list loads, and also the visualizations gallery right here, which is really rich. What all of the visualizations in this report on all 4 pages have in common is that they are all based on this same data set right here. You and I can create reports from scratch, we can edit reports that already exist, and we can modify and manipulate the visualizations in existing reports. So it's useful to know what visualizations exist and what's possible with them. We see a number of visualizations in this report, many of which are familiar from Excel. But there are even more visualizations that are available in the gallery. Let me briefly describe them to you. First, we have the chart visualizations. Charts in the traditional sense of the word. Bar charts, column charts, line charts, area charts, which are just filled in line charts, and pie charts. Hopefully you are familiar with all of these, because despite the fact that one of them is named pie, these types of charts are the bread and butter of chart visualizations. We then have some slightly more esoteric charts, but we also have access to many of these in Excel. For example, combo charts, which are combinations of 2 chart types, a line and a bar, for example. Bubble charts, scatter charts, donut charts, and gauges, which display a part of the whole like the gas gauge in your car. Funnel charts are used to show time or expenditures for different phases of a project, or can be used to display a pipeline, like a sales pipeline. Waterfall charts are used to show changes, such as a variance over time. Then we have text visualizations. A single number card, usually called a big number card, is a card that simply has one number in the middle of it. But we also have multi-row cards that allow us to show details for a row or a record. KPI visualizations are used to display key performance indicators, data where we have both values and goals. Tables and matrix visualizations are both used to present tabular data, and they both look a lot like sections of an Excel spreadsheet. Geospatial visualizations represent data points as pins in a map, or a filled map where the intensity of a color shows something about the contribution in that area, for example, sales by state. Filled maps are almost always used for recognizable geographic areas, states or counties or countries, because if you don't understand the shape that is being filled in, visualization isn't very useful. ArcGIS maps are used for embedded location-based analytics. Every one of these geospatial visualizations requires geospatial data. For example, you can use latitude and longitude or zip codes and address data. There are other visualizations as well. A tree map, for example, which isn't actually a map. A tree map displays hierarchical data using nested rectangles, a more useful 3-dimensional version of a pie chart. Slicers are used in Power BI as they are used in Excel with tables and pivot tables. They provide a visible filter, and although almost all of the visualizations we've talked about can be used as a filter, slicers are a clear invitation to users to filter a page. And you can also use an image as a visual. Go figure. These are the major built-in visualizations. We can also add custom visualizations using the Get More Visuals button in our gallery. With Power BI, we combine these visualizations to tell a story. On this page of the report, for example, the story about new stores within our sales organization. When we're ready to share parts of that story with others, we have a couple of choices. One is to create an app workspace and share the report with the dataset and anything else that our colleagues need, so they can collaborate and they can edit it as well. The more traditional choice is to take one or more of the visualizations from this report, and perhaps visualizations from other reports as well, and pin them on a dashboard and then share that dashboard more broadly. With so many great visualizations available, often you will need to focus most on choosing the visualization that best tells your data's story.